Bullshit. The single, flat word came not from Honor, but from Barney Asfarian, and Papadopoulos flushed as he glared at the older man. "I beg your pardon, sir," he said in a voice of ice. "I said, bullshit," Asfarian replied, equally coldly. "You'll go down there, and you'll look pretty, and you'll beat the holy living hell out of any single bunch of Medusans you come across, and that'll be fucking all you do, while the nomads eat the rest of the off-worlders for breakfast." Papadopoulos's face went as white as it had been red. To his credit, at least half of his anger was at hearing such language in his commanding officer's presence, but only half, and he glared at the haggard, unshaven Asfarian's wrinkled uniform. "Major, my people are Marines. If you know anything about Marines, then you know we do our job." His clipped voice made no effort to hide his own contempt, and Honor started to raise an intervening hand, but Asfarian lurched to his feet before she got it up, and she let it fall back into her lap as he leaned towards Papadopoulos. "Let me tell you something about Marines, Sonny," the NPA man spat. "I know all about them, believe me. I know you're brave, loyal, trustworthy, and honest." The bitter derision in his voice could have stripped paint from the bulkheads. "I know you can knock a Kodiak Max on his ass at 2 clicks with a pulse rifle. I know you can pick a single gnat out of a cloud of them with a plasma gun and strangle hexapumas with your bare hands. I even know your battle armor gives you the strength of 10 because your heart is pure. But this ain't no boarding action, Major Papadopoulos. And it's no field exercise either. This is for real. And your people don't have the least damned idea what they're fucking around with down there." Papadopoulos sucked in an angry breath, but this time Honor did raise her hand before he could speak. "Major Papadopoulos," her cool soprano wrenched him around to face her, and she smiled faintly. "Perhaps you aren't aware that before joining the NPA, Major Asfarian was a Marine." Papadopoulos twitched in shock, and her smile grew. "In point of fact, he served in the Corps for almost 15 years, completing his final tour as Command Sergeant Major for the Marine Detachment on Saganami Island." Papadopoulos looked back at Asfarian and swallowed his hot retort. The Saganami Marines were chosen from the elite of the Corps. They made up the training and security detachments at the Naval Academy, serving as both examples and challenges for the midshipman who might one day aspire to command Marines. And they were there because they were the best. The very best. "Major," he said quietly, "I apologize." He met the older man's red-rimmed eyes unflinchingly, and the NPA man slumped back in his chair. "Oh, hell." Asfarian waved a hand vaguely and flopped back into his chair. "Not your fault, Major, and I shouldn't have popped off that way." He rubbed his forehead and blinked wearily. "But all the same, you don't have any idea what you're getting into down there." "Perhaps not, sir," Papadopoulos said, his voice much more level as he recognized the exhaustion and pain behind the NPA major's swaying belligerence. "In fact, you're right. I spoke without thinking. If you have any advice to offer, I would be most grateful to hear it, Major."